my name is Kennet Jacobs. I'm currently a faculty member at Salem State University. I'm teaching in the Master of Science in Behavior Analysis program there. So I teach some graduate courses and also some undergraduate courses, and doing a little bit of research. Currently my research is with respect to William Timberlake's response disequilibrium theory. And this is an extension of the Premack principle, or really a correction, trying to correct for what some things Premack had said. And outside of that, I'm also interested in language or verbal behavior, so I'd like to do more research in that area, but that's something I'm trying to figure out. So. Yeah, so do you remember when in the case history and scientific method, Skinner said some ways of doing research are easier than others? That's how I plan my line of research. So if I can program it on my computer, then I'm more likely to do it, right? So I have to figure out, okay, what's the apparatus going to look like? It's going to be on a computer some way. It's got to be highly controlled. I have to be able to program it, make it an actual experiment that people can, work on, sit at a computer with and complete those tests. So the disequilibrium work, that is particularly amenable to programming on a computer and having human subjects work on that program. And some of the language, verbal behavior stuff is a little bit more complex, because what we're doing right here is a lot different than what someone's doing just staring at a computer, right? Because right now, research that's being done is match to sample, and it's just someone looking at a screen matching things to sample. Is that language? I don't know, right? We're not covering a lot of ground with just matching something to a sample. We need to get at the referential behavior, which is what J.R. Cantor talked about, which is my other interests. Behavior analysis in 10 years. Well, I think we're getting increasingly more procedural and focusing maybe too much on those minutiae, those minute details, like in the match to sample, which I just talked about. There's all these modifications on how to do that match to sample, and if there's a 1 second delay between the sample and comparison, or a 2 second delay, or 3 seconds, right? And it's not getting at what I had mentioned earlier, what we're doing here, this language, this talking to one another, this ability we have to be able to look, watch out, something's over there. What is that? I'm not getting that from the very particular procedural thing. So in 10 years, I hope to see behavior analysis do more research in the area of verbal behavior, language. I think that's where we have to go. That's language. It comprises all of our complex behavior. So I think that's where we want to go. But right now we're kind of stuck on these very simple procedures at a computer. I mean, first off, when you're getting started with research, you just got to get a handle on the literature, obviously, I think. But not just that, I think we really got to analyze our concepts. We got to consider theory a little bit more carefully before we jump into doing whatever that research is. So let's do a careful analysis of what we're talking about, so that we can, how should I say this? So that our results are meaningful. Avoid going down the wrong path. Whichever path you go down as a researcher, I can't stop you from going down that path, and it might be important, So I'm not going to block. Charles Sanders Peirce said, "Do not block the path of inquiry." So I'm not going to block you from researching what you want to research. Research what you're interested in. That's important. So go with what you're interested in, but consider the theory, consider the philosophy, consider your assumptions, and consider whether or not you're going down a dualistic path or a naturalistic path.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks.